ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's a very important time, a very important moment. It is Monday, heading on down through around the middle of August, getting ourselves excited, ready to rock and roll to see what this day is about to bring us. And it's bright and early, 7:34. Everyone just take a second right now. Just get a deep breath in. You know what I smell? I smell apple smoked bacon right across the room as Enrique's again whipping it on up. I smell again scrambled eggs, a little French toast, maybe a little papaya. Right now, guys, it is an absolutely beautiful August morning. We have again, the sun is chirping, the birds are shining. We are getting ourselves ready for an absolutely memorable, absolutely exciting, incredible, energetic day ahead. I don't think I need to even stress how important this day is. It is a day, of course, we are coming out firing on all cylinders, all pistons, ready to go. I'm feeling more flexible than a gymnast. I'm feeling more acrobatic than someone in a carnival. I am feeling more electrified than Derrick Henry on the 2-yard line. I'm feeling ready to win a Super Bowl today, baby. Now, maybe I'm getting a little carried away. Maybe I'm getting a little too excited. Maybe I'm kicking off the morning a little too hot. But you know what? It's hard not to when you work this job. It's hard not to when you are, again, jumping out of the seat and saying, hey, it's time to make some money. Because guess what? On Saturday and Sunday, we don't get to make money. On Saturday and Sunday, when the stock market is closed, we don't get to be able to trade and do the job that we love. So, hey, every single person right now, for every single person that's watching, for every person that's tuning on in at this moment, make sure you guys smash that thumbs on up, smash that like, smash that love, and let's get ready to see what this day brings us. So at this moment, we got to talk about it all. We got to make sure every single person knows exactly what they need to be looking at and what they need to be focused on. We do have IOBT as the number 1 top gainer on the day. IMXI, number 2 top gainer on the day. TGNA, number 3. AUUD, number 4. BNC, number 5. But there's only one play actually worth your time. And that play right here is IOBT. Now, IOBT is the clear-cut winner as of 7:36 in the morning. Very early, right? But if you had to, again, force me to trade a stock right at this exact moment, what do you guys think it is? It is going to be IOBT. So IOBT right now, when we take a look at this play, you could see over on Fox Runner, what is the best stock at this moment? Best stock, guys, is going to be IOBT at this time. IOBT also did come out with a press release. Now, for stocks to gap up in the morning, there has to be a reason. There has to be a reason why person A, B, C, D, E, a big group of traders, whatever it may be, a community, a large following alerts it. There has to be a reason on why someone would run into this play. So what happened with IOBT right here? Well, it says IOBT is to announce top of the line results of a pivotal phase 3 trials. Now, traders, this is a very interesting press release, because we are spiking right now on what is to be announced, not what is announced. We need to remember something. When we see positive phase 3 trials, that is great news. When we see positive phase 2 trials, that is great news. We aren't seeing the word positive here. We are seeing to announce phase 3 trials. So why do you think, again, maybe that's moving up right now? It's moving up maybe because of hype. Maybe excitement, maybe again, things are getting carried away where people believe they're going to be positive phase 3 trials. For anyone who does not know, one of the best press releases that we can actually have is positive phase 3 trials where stock has reached endpoints. When you are a biopharmaceutical company, when you are a healthcare company, a lot of these, again, very volatile plays, they are going to be companies that are saying, we're trying to make a cure for Alzheimer's, a cure for dementia, a cure for cancer, a cure for whatever health problems. You want to invest into our company. We are going to do our best to find a cure. And if we can find a cure, guess what? We are going to make you rich. That's essentially what it is. We're a small biopharmaceutical company. We need your money to be able to do medical testing. If we can be able to accomplish what we want, we are going to make all of our investors rich. So how do they get rich? Well, they have to have positive phase 3 trials. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. If you reach your endpoints and have positive phase 3 trials, it's like you did it. You did what you went out to accomplish to do. It's one of the best press releases you can have. You can actually see this as well, team. over on, let me bring it right here, our hot keywords. So as you guys can see, there's actually a list of keywords. These are the words that are highlighted, like receives or partnership, or again, offering is a bad one, but phase or FDA approval or acquisition. These are again highlighted keywords that we like to see that are going to be worth our time. Look what 3-star press releases are right here. Phase 3 positive top line results demonstrating treatments. I mean, you guys can imagine, hey, we have positive phase 3 trials that have significant results showing again treatments work, successful improvements. These are all great keywords that we love to see. So what a lot of people are saying to themselves right now at this moment is IOBT right here going to come out with positive phase 3 trials? Because as of now, it is by far the best press release there is. As of now, this is by far the best stock, that has opportunity. But we can't just buy into it thinking, oh, wow, this is going to be amazing when we don't actually even have the results yet. So while IOBT is one of the best plays out there in the market right now, it's still not like, incredible, because this is to announce results, not that we have results. So do you guys want to take a gamble and say, hey, you know what, Dek, I'm just going to buy IOBT right here and say, hopefully it comes out with good results in the upcoming week? Well, again, that's a risk. That's a little bit of a gamble. But right now here, traders, it's a lot more off hype. It's a lot now off momentum. So, Dek, how high can this go up to? Who can give me the answer? How can you figure out where a stock is going to reverse at? Because for anyone who does not know, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a secret sauce right here. Okay? And what do I mean by this? Is let me go ahead and bring this on over. Okay? Let me take a look over. Let's just grab IOBT. So if you guys want to be successful in the stock market, if you want to make millions of dollars in the stock market, so many people think it's this strategy. Let me find the one stock out of 10,000 stocks out there, and let me put my life savings into it and make a ton of money. That is not actually how to be able to make thousands and millions of dollars in the stock market. The best way to actually be able to be a consistent day trader is going to be, how can I spot reversals? If I can spot how high a stock is going to go before it turns, I can be able to short, I can be able to take profits, I'm going to be able to have the best entry or exit. If you want to be a great trader, if you want to be able to be consistent, if you want to make money in the stock market, it's not about finding what is the best stock in the stock market. It's about finding what's the most volatile stock. Easy. Again, Foxrunner or Trade Ideas or whoever gives us the answer. And then on top of that, it's how high is it going to go for me to lock in profits or for me to get a new entry on the short side? So let's try to do that together. If I'm looking at IOBT right now, how can I figure out where it's going to reverse? Well, there's 3 different areas that you could be able to figure out where it's going to reverse. There's a resistance lines, but there's natural resistance, there's going to be past chart history resistance, and there's going to be detailed resistance. So let's again write those on down real quick. That is going to be number 1. We are going to want to be looking for natural resistance. Now, what does natural resistance consist of? This is going to be every 25 cents in the stock market, 50 cents being a little bit stronger, and every $5 being the strongest areas. For instance, we'd have $1, $5, $10, $15. These are very strong resistance areas where we usually see reversals. But then on a smaller, again, kind of smaller aspect, we could look for every 25 to 50 cents, $3.50, $4, $3.20, $4.25, $4.50. Sometimes, again, you do see reversals right at these 50-cent marks. It's all psychological, where other traders are looking to sell. Natural areas of support and resistance is going to be very big and always something that you want to be aware of. What I look for more is going to be past chart history. Let's just call it the PCH, baby. Past chart history. So again, how many times have you ever seen an old spiking high? Let's say, again, the stock ran up towards around the price of $4.50. All of a sudden today, the stock runs up to $4.50 and starts falling back on down. If you had a price in the past that you were not able to break above, that you were not able to get above, you can look at that area and say, oh, wow, other people are going to sell at this mark because that's where it sold off last time. So if I take a look over on IOBT right here, I might have to go and say to myself, all right, hey, 329. 329 is where the stock is. That is going to be this red line right here. Let's go ahead and grab a markup. Let's go over towards red line. Boom. And now let's just scroll back. Let's just keep scrolling on back until, again, we get somewhere near this past chart history pattern. Well, traders, it's actually pretty funny. Take a look at what's happening right here. Do you guys realize that we are actually having some old resistance right around this 330 mark? Here's 330, here's 330, here's some consolidation at 330. If I want to kind of get a little bit more of a stronger resistance line, I'd probably go more up towards around 350. 350. bounce play. 350, bounce play. 350, top resistance. 350, top resistance. 350, top resistance. How high did IOBT get up to? So far, we've gotten up towards around 328. But I would say there is going to be some very strong past chart history resistance where we had bounce, where we had bounce, where we had top resistance, where we had top resistance right around 350. Would you guys agree with me on that? Right? That would be a very strong area. Let's say we ever start breaking 350, then yes, you could definitely go towards the next levels. We could go up towards around $5, or let's say again, things start spiking up very big. I would go all the way up towards around 580. 580 spiking got rejected. 580 spiking got rejected. If you want to go back to a weekly chart to kind of see things a little bit more clustered together, you could definitely do that as well. And say, Dek, where's like the strongest area that you're really seeing a lot of, trouble at? If we go all the way back towards, 2022 past chart history pattern, where did we get this massive bounce off of? That was right around that 370 mark. 370, top resistance, 370. So again, this 350, 370 mark is going to be very difficult to break above. That's just because of past chart history pattern. So again, a lot of times, if you take a look at the past, you're going to be able to get an idea of where we reverse that. And that's going to be able to help you again significantly. Now, what else do you have here? We also have detailed. So what do I mean by detailed as, again, an area that we can reverse at? Well, a lot of times when I'm speaking of detailed, I'm talking about either a previous open, a previous close, or a lot of times I'm talking about indicators. Maybe a 200-day moving average, the 50-day moving average, the 13 EMA, the VWAP area. So again, maybe a certain indicator that could be able to tell us, when a stock is going to reverse. Fortunately, for IOBT, it's above its 200-day. It's above its 50-day. It's above its 13 EMA. Now, I'm going to throw out, something that's very simple and very easy, but a question I get all the time, and I just want to give you guys the quick, easy 30-second breakdown. I don't want to waste your time. I want to give you guys the best answer I possibly can. Now, what that is everyone always asks me, they say, Dek, what is the best indicator out there? Right? How many times have you guys ever asked that question? Right? If you came up to me and you said, what are the best indicators in the entire stock market? I feel like I've heard that question a bajillion times. What are the indicators that are going to make me rich? What are the indicators that professional stock traders use? What are the indicators I should be using? Because I know we got the MACD and we got moving average and we have these different clouds and we have different There's a million different things that we can do. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be using what is the most popular, because that is going to have the most influence. That's what you need to understand here. If someone ever came up to you and said, hey, I have an indicator that no one else uses, it's the secret sauce, you are going to be the only person using this indicator, don't listen to them. It's garbage, throw it away. Because the thing is, why do stocks go up? Stocks go up because people buy it. Why do stocks go down? Stocks go down because people sell it. You need to understand what is the majority of people going to do. If you are the only person using an indicator out of, let's say, 100 people, you're the one out of the 100, will that indicator have any influence whatsoever? The answer is no. You might say, hey guys, here comes up towards, again, our super secret indicator. We're going to have resistance, and we just keep going. Why would it turn at that area? No one else is aware of it. So when I'm asking myself, what are the best indicators? I'm trying to figure out, what does everyone else use? Because once everyone else uses that, guess what? That's going to have the most influence, which means you are going to see the most selling and buying. For instance, everyone type in the S&P 500. Everyone type in the SPY. And everyone just go back towards, let's say, a weekly time frame. Do you guys realize that when you guys go back to a weekly time frame, do you guys realize that every single time it comes down to the 200-day moving average, it gets like the perfect bounce play? Comes on down to the red line, perfect bounce play. Comes on down to the red line, perfect bounce play. Come on down to the red line, perfect bounce play. Come on down to the red line, perfect bounce play. Because this is one of the most popular indicators out there. Let's go back again, sticking with the S&P 500, the monthly. Right? Monthly. What do we have here? The 50-month moving average. Guess what we have? Comes on down to the blue line. Perfect bounce play. Come on down to the blue line. Perfect bounce play. 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 Traders, I have shown you guys this a bajillion times. This is my long-term investment portfolio right here. I entered, and I know, again, it's hard to see with the light right here, but I entered every single one of my long-term investments this year. Every single long-term investment this year, guess where at? April 7th. April 7th, I timed it absolutely perfectly at the bottom. Now, how did I do this? How did I get involved on all my long-term investments? And all my long-term investments right here, from Amazon to Apple to Meta to Microsoft to Netflix to Palantir to NVIDIA to Uber to VST, some of these right here. How did I get filled on April 7th? It's simply enough because the markets were down 20% from its highs. I, again, also just realized, hey, guess what? coming on down towards our weekly time frame. We're coming on down very close to that 200-day moving average or 200-week moving average. And also on the monthly chart, we're coming right on down towards that 50-month moving average. So it was really just, hey, guess what? We're coming down to an area of where we're going to get our dip buys, where we're going to get our bounce plays, where we're going to have the best opportunities, where we're going to be able to get filled. To me, it was definitely worth pulling the trigger over at these prices so we're all set. So I know, again, the magic question is, well, Dek, what are the indicators? What you want to use is you are going to want to use on the daily chart. The daily chart is going to be, number one, the 50-day moving average, aka this blue squiggly line. Number two, you are going to want to use the 200-day moving average, this red squiggly line. And number three, you are going to want to use the 13 exponential moving average, which is the green squiggly line. Now, again, why are these so important? Because, guys, it doesn't matter where you go. You can click anything. If you guys go over to Yahoo Finance, if you guys go over to TradingView, if you guys go over to finviz.com, just take a look. I just brought up a random chart over on Finviz. What do you see right here? 250 right there. 250 are going to be the top ones. I like to use the 13 EMA. It's a very popular one. It's not going to be a default on like TradingView or anything like that, but you can see finviz.com, 200-day moving average, SMA over on the 50 as well. If you want to go over a TradingView, it's the same exact thing where those are the defaults. If those are the defaults, it means they are the most seen. If they are the most seen, it means they have the most influence. If they have the most influence, that's where we're going to have reversals. That's where you guys can make money. The only indicator that you should be using on the minute charts is going to be the VWAP. Now, guys, I'm going to show you exactly why right here and right now, because a lot of people don't understand this. Let's go over to SMA, type in 50, just like we would have on the daily chart, okay? Let's go over to add right here. Now, guys, what have I been trying to stress to you this entire time? I've been trying to stress to you the pure fact that I want you to use the indicators that everyone else use because they have the most influence, right? That's the whole point of this. Now, guess what happens right here, team? If let's go back to a penny stock here. Let's say, Dek, I'm using the 50-month moving or the 50-day moving average over on a 2-minute chart right now. What's the issue with this? The issue is no matter what time frame you're in, it's going to change. So you might say, Dek, I'm getting ready for a dip buy at 264. And someone else is scratching their head saying, what are you talking about? It's not at 264. It's all the way down to 235. Someone says, no, it's not at 235. What are you guys talking about? It's up to 279. So now we have a moving average that's changing every single time you're in a different time frame. So how many people are, again, going to all be in the same time frame at the right time? That's going to be very tough. Now that's, again, breaking up the major influence. So the only indicator that you should be using on this is going to be the VWAP. So let's go over to indicators right here. Let's turn off the 50-day moving average. Let's go to the VWAP, the volume weighted average price, which is the most popular indicator in the minute chart. And let's see something. Hey, if we're in the 1-minute time frame, guys, guess what? Get ready for a possible dip buy at 277. Hey, I'm in a 2-minute time frame. Yeah, let's get ready for that dip buy at 277. Oh, hey, I'm in that 3-minute time frame. Hey, let's get ready for that dip buy right at 277. So now, again, we have more influence at these areas. Now, again, we have a stronger support line at these areas. Not, again, all spread on out where, again, people are buying it at all different areas. You got to think about it. This is one big psychological game. Where is everyone else going to buy? Not you sitting in your chair and saying, oh, I got a fuzzy little feeling that, we're going to get a bounce play right here. Oh, I got a good feeling about this. Your feelings don't mean anything in the stock market. Think about where is everyone else going to get in. That's going to have the most influence. If I look at the VWAP, it's all the same. If I, again, have a moving average, it changes dramatically. And you're probably not in the same time frame as every single other person in the world. The daily chart is fine because everyone uses a daily chart. So everyone's going to get a good idea of where, again, possible dip buys and bounce plays there could be. So again, this is how I've had the absolute perfect entries over on these areas as well. I also have proof of this, just a little heads on up. So what do I mean by proof, traders, is let me go back here because this was, really fun. What we had here, and I will even show you, is I have a financial advisor. Now, a lot of people always ask me, say, Dek, if you're so smart, if you're so good at stock trading, why do you have a financial advisor? Guys, why does Tiger Woods have a golf coach? Why did Tom Brady, again, have a quarterback coach? Why? Because the thing is, I like hearing from other people that, again, have a vast knowledge. I, again, am great in my specific category, which is what? Day trades and active plays and volatility. But again, I have a financial advisor to help me run my retirement account. I want to be able to hear his thoughts. I want to be able to have his ideas. I want to be able to take what I know in my education and be able to say, hey, would this work here or this work here? So I love, again, being able to have a financial advisor for retirement because, again, when I'm 60, I want to make sure everything is set up and I'm good to go. So what can you guys see right here? Let's go all the way back. I want to go back to these emails, right? And basically what we were talking about is, I reached out to him on Monday, April 7th here. And the reason why I reached out to him was just the pure fact that I was saying, hey, market's about to be dropping on down. Everything's, again, crashing. Let's get ready to get after it. So you can actually see, let me, again, just kind of cross off his name here. So this was Monday, April 7th, 10:21. And I reached out to him and I was like, oh man, I'm excited. The market's crashing. It's down 20%. Let's get ready to go. He goes, I'm about to enter the trades now after you confirm. Still a good price on most. Would like to initiate positions. Are you okay with pulling the trigger right now? So again, that was back over on Monday, April 7th. Getting ourselves, in on these plays. And then right after we entered over on Monday, April 7th is where, again, things started really getting a nice little bounce all the way back on up. So we started seeing that bounce back on up right here. Let me, again, grab this. Again, just cross off his name a little bit. And again, we put in a good amount of my account. We put in 75% of my account. But after seeing this thing, start getting that bounce all the way back on up, we saw the S&P 500 on April 9th. Look at this, April 9th over on the S&P 500. We got filled on April 7th, April 9th. All of a sudden, the stock market started recovering like 10% in a day, right? It was absolutely insane. It was absolutely wild. So you could see, Monday, April 9th right here. I said, well, we nailed that entry. And if only we put 100% in. It's only been 90 minutes. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Happy we got a good chunk on in, though. So again, all my long-term investments were filled over on Monday, April 7th right here. And those long-term investments, as you guys are Amazon, Apple, Bros, Meta, Microsoft, Netflix, NVIDIA, Palantir, Texas Roadhouse, Uber, VST. I have, some other ones right here as well. Kava, I'm in on Apple. So again, some other plays that, and again, some of them are just strict blue chips. But then some other ones are, again, a little bit more volatile, right? VST, a Nancy Pelosi play. VST, Monday, April 7th, $96 up to $202, right? We're taking a look over on Palantir. Palantir, Monday, April 7th, I'm filled at around $69. It's now up towards $186. If anyone right now is asking me, Dek, how in the world did you do that? It's all from what I taught you. If you are wondering right now, how in the world did you do that? It's because I was doing this. Monthly chart over on the S&P 500. When the stock market started crashing, I said, hey, there has never been a time, there has literally never been a time in the last 15 years that we have hit this blue line, the 50-month moving average, the one that I told you guys to use, and we haven't bounced off of it. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. When we got anywhere near this bottom, I said, pull the trigger. I know it'll bounce at some point. Now, did I get lucky on, let's say, just nailing the absolute bottom on Monday, April 7th? 100%. Right? It could have been April 8th it bounced, or April 9th it bounced, or April 10th it bounced. But it just got so close to this indicator that I said, we are too close. Let's just get involved. Right? Let's just pull the trigger on something. Let's pull the trigger here. And again, that happened to be the day of the bottom. So can I sit here and say I can predict the absolute day it's going to bounce? No. But again, I can be able to time the market in some aspect. It just happened to be the absolute bottom in that case. So the thing is here, traders, I am up massive. I am up over 6 figures at this time on my long-term investment account, just from, again, getting this nice little dip buy and moving itself on up. What you guys need to remember, again, when it comes down to being a full-time stock trader, a full-time day trader, a full-time investor, you want to be able to have many different sources of income. A millionaire, traders, does not just have one source of income. A millionaire is going to have multiple sources of income. So the thing is here, traders, if I want to be able to be a full-time stock trader, guess what? I might have some stocks that pay out dividends. Okay, let's say again I get a few $1,000s from dividends. Beautiful. What if I have my long-term investment portfolio where I know the S&P 500 is going to slowly move on up? Beautiful. What if I have my day trade account where, again, I'm making, let's just say, $1,500 a week? Beautiful. Let's say, again, I have maybe, again, a riskier account where, again, I can win or lose some money and that produces well. Beautiful. The thing is, traders, it's not just let's wake up and let's just trade penny stocks. It's again, let's wake up, let's trade against some small caps. Let's go ahead and look at some crypto. Let's go ahead and put some money over on some long-term investments. Let's again diversify in the best way for us to be able to make money, right? So again, I want you to remember that at all times. If you want to be a multimillionaire, it's not just I have one stream of income. Most multimillionaires, guys, have an average of 7 streams of income. Hey, I have dividend payments. Hey, I have long-term investments. Hey, I have small caps. Hey, I have, again, some sort of business. Maybe I have, again, a different type of business, like 2 or 3 businesses. It's very hard to find someone or have a salary that's, hey, boom, here's, again, $1 million a year. A lot of people have maybe 5 different incomes of $250,000. That's a lot more realistic. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's a lot more realistic to find 5 different $200,000 incomes than, again, $1 million income. But that's how people do it. So you have to, again, be thinking outside the box, making sure that you guys are all set, ready to go here. All right, traders. Let's, again, keep this going here. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Now, let's see where we have this buying volume. Traders, it is now 7:59 in the market. You guys ready to rock and roll? Hey, I hope you guys are having a wonderful time. Traders, if you guys are finding value right now, if you guys are saying, man, this guy knows what he's talking about, or maybe you're even saying, man, this guy has no idea what he's talking about, regardless, hit that thumbs up right now. Hit that like right now. Hit that retweet right now. Take your clothes off. Okay, put them back on. All right. Hit that thumbs up, though, right now. All I ask. Now, traders, in the next 20 seconds, it is going to be 8 a.m. In the next 20 seconds, it is going to be 8 a.m. At 8 a.m., we are going to see brand new news come through on the Fox Runner news scanner. So if we are looking for what's going to be the next big spike, rip, and run, remember, we need a reason. We need credibility, just like IOBT had phase 3 trials. 8 o'clock is a hot press release time. We're going to watch the news scanner, see if anything big comes on out. Be ready to pull the trigger on the long side or short side because, again, it all gives us the answers right here. So 8 o'clock, it's now here. Watch the news scanner. We're looking for low float stocks that are about to be able to come out with some sort of news and be able to start bringing in the buying volume and the hype. So right now it's 8 o'clock. We don't have any news just yet. Waiting for news, waiting for buying volume. We do have, again, WLDS just came on out. We have phase news, significant over on SYN. WLDS, guys, did just have a press release. Talks about secure a U.S. patent for groundbreaking technology. Keep WLDS on watch there. We also have significant SYN. We also just had positive news come on out as well. Positive news over on RCT. See the news that's coming out at 8 o'clock right now? Let's see which one's going to become the big spiker. Paramount announces historic UFC media rights agreement. TKO, could that one go on any sort of spike? We have Paramount and TKO announces historic UFC media agreement. We have an offering. I'm kind of looking to see which one is going to catch the fire. Which one's going to catch the fire? TKO not doing anything yet. An offering just came on out on ATNF, which is probably not a very good thing. We do have, again, a year-over-year positive retailing purchasing behavior over on RCT. That's not positive drug results. We do have second quarter financial earnings. We have financial earnings right here. We have SBET, which talks about, again, $3 billion direct offering. Ooh, SBET came out with an offering. Stock's starting to drop itself back on down. I don't think we're seeing anything spike up huge yet. So again, SWIN, a little bit of hype, and honestly, WLDS might be the best 8 o'clock press release so far. WLDS, again, secures a U.S. patent for groundbreaking neutral interface technology. Maybe, again, WLDS. And remember, all the words are highlighted for us, so we know what to look at. Secures. Secures what? A patent. A patent for what? Groundbreaking technology. Okay, that could get some hype. You know what I mean? So it does have a good, credible press release right here. All right? So again, we will keep our eyes peeled on. I don't think anything's spiking though massive right now. We don't have any like 20% ripper. WLDS looks like it's the best play as of now, guys. WLDS, again, right here. Guess what? Wearable secures U.S. patent for groundbreaking. Groundbreaking is our keyword, as you guys can see. That's what's bringing the hype. WLDS, I would say keep your eyes peeled on it. Look at the buying volume starting to go over to WLDS. So for anyone that's asking me any sort of day, hey, Dek, how do you find the best spiker every single morning? I literally just watched the Fox Runner news scanner. And again, it just shows me all the best keywords, all the best press releases every day. And then again, that's how we find it. So how are we finding the number one top gainer? How we find this new spiker the moment it's coming on out? You have to have the Fox Runner scanner. It's the only way it works. All right, guys? So for anyone that's always wondering, oh, Dek, how does anyone find it or jump in on these plays so early? You have to have Fox Runner so you get the news the moment it comes out. Okay? So WLDS, trying to get a little bit of a spike right now. Let's see how well that's going to spike. I don't know if it's going to go crazy right now because, again, it's a good press release, but it's not amazing. It's not positive phase 3 data. It's not, again, an amazing, a partnership in any sort of way. Is it good? Yes. Is it amazing? No. I think, honestly, it's going to spike on up and it's going to dump back on down. So if you are interested, I would say maybe look for some shorts. I'm not in on this play right now, but I would say at least that has some buying volume right at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay? So let's, again, stay alert here. We're still waiting for that big one. Now, what I will say, and I think everyone can agree with me, how much action have you guys seen in August so far? August has been a little tricky, hasn't it? August has been a little bit of a tricky month, guys. August has been a little bit iffy at times, hasn't it? August is not going to be, again, a month that, you are going to see massive breakouts and massive spikes and massive rips and massive runs. August is a little bit of a tough time for, again, hype. We just don't see a lot of, craziness in August, where, again, sometimes, again, is a little bit disappointing. We want to see that craziness. But, again, as I've also shown you guys in the past here before, let me actually bring this on over, is what? Let's go right here. This right here, traders, is an image coming on up. Remember, this is the S&P 500's performance. Let's think about this because this is absolutely massive at this moment. This is the S&P 500's performance over the last 80 years. So over the last 80 years, we have a breakdown of every single day of what the S&P 500 has done on average. So we can get some great data out of this. And if you guys want to, take a screenshot of this so that you guys can see it. But what did we notice in September? September is going to be historically and statistically speaking the worst month for the S&P 500. Now, how could that help us? Well, guys, take a look at what we have seen. It seems like over the last 80 years, September 9th, September 10th, the end of September from the 20th to the 29th is known to give back a lot of gains. It's not like, again, when we move into October, November, December, January, where we have historically great returns. I mean, team, let me move myself out of the way here slightly. What do you guys realize? Look at the bottom here. December, the end of the year where everyone's excited to trade, is known to have almost a 2% return. November, where everyone is excited to trade, is known to have around a 1.49% return. October, as we again go into a colder month and people are inside and the kids are back to school and people are saying, let's get ready to go here, is known to have almost a 1% return. In this quarter, the final quarter, the fourth quarter here, we're known to have the biggest return of 4.4%. So when people ask me, what is the best time to trade every single year? It's going to be the final 3 to 4 months of the year. So what's coming up here is the greatest time to trade of the year. So if you're a new trader, buckle up. You guys are set. If you are an experienced trader, you already know what's about to come. But we do have in the near future right here, the best 3.5 months coming. But we do have to go through first the worst month of the year. Historically speaking, September is going to be the month where the S&P 500 has that 1.55% drop. Now, you can also see this third quarter, only a 1.71% return, 2.87% in spring, and then again, we do have 2.35% as we kick off the year. So traders, you need to think about this. I know you're eager. I know you're excited. I know you're emotional. I know you want to just go, I'm ready to trade. But you got to realize, as we go into August, as we go into September, this is the time that people are expecting pullbacks. It is the time that we are expecting a drop. Hey, September, guys, we will see day trades. We will see hype. We will see momentum. But at the same time, it's a time to get ready for a pullback. It's a time, if someone came up to me and said, Dek, what do you think the market's going to do at the end of August and September? I say it's going to crash. It's going to come back on down. Now, again, crash is a very overused word. Now, I'm not saying crash is 2008. I'm saying it's going to have a nice pullback. I do believe that. I think the S&P 500 will drop end of August into September because that's what the stats say. That's what the facts say. I'm not going off my emotional gut being like, oh, I stepped on a thumbtack this morning. Oh, that's good luck. Oh, I was at a beach and a pigeon shit on my face. That's good luck. That's not what I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that, again, there's numbers that tell us that we get pullbacks over the last 90 years. So the thing is, the S&P 500, get ready for a dip buy as we move into September. And that's amazing because the next 6 months, historically speaking, are probably going to be green. So I definitely want you guys to be watching the S&P 500 closely here as we're getting ready for what the future is going to be bringing, as of course what we have. Now, it's not only just that right here, traders. I mean, we could take a look at a bajillion different images. Let's see right here. Is this the image I want? Yeah, I mean, take a look. S&P 500 average monthly returns. Notice the only big one is September with that drop. But then, of course, October, November, December, over the past, since 1950, past 20 years, past 10 years, October, November, and December, there has never been a red time. There has never been a red month. So, I mean, look at this, guys. S&P 500 average monthly returns. So, again, that's absolutely beautiful to realize. I mean, that's incredible right now. So, let's get ready for what's going to be dropping, but let's also get ready for October, November, December coming up in the near future. That's big stuff, guys. That's awesome data right there. That's incredible data right there. As I said before, if you guys are enjoying this, if you guys are fired on up, if you guys are liking this stream right now, I need every single person to go ahead and give that live stream a thumbs on up. Hit the like right now if you guys haven't. Right now, I think it's embarrassing at this moment. There's like 10 likes over on the YouTube. There's over 200 people watching. Everyone take a second and smash. Oh, Dek, I don't like hitting the thumbs up. You will like the thumbs on up. I'll stick a thumb up somewhere. You better, again. Okay, maybe I'm getting a little carried away. Maybe I might get yelled at. All right, I can't do that. But I will say, just hit the thumbs up. Let's get ready to go. Now, Dek, as again, the market slows on down, what do we want to realize? Hey, well, traders, you guys may have gotten some emails from me. But for anyone who does not know, August 25th here, traders, we are diving into a brand new kind of back to school course right here. It's going to be for everyone. And what I mean here, traders, is I think sometimes I talk and I go into, again, education that might be a little too advanced for some people, and I just don't even realize. August 25th, guys, I am going back and doing an entire week-long lesson. It's a 5-day lesson where I'm going to be teaching every single person from the bare minimum, how to set up a broker, bare minimum, how to start trading, bare minimum, how to be able to learn from the base up, from 0 to 100. So if you are someone that's watching right now and saying, Dek, I love, again, hearing your thoughts, and I'm kind of collecting things, and I'm trying to get things together, August 25th on Tradecaster, I am doing a back-to-school course, which is 0 to, again, 100, 5 days long, and we are going to be going over absolutely everything. So if you are a new trader saying, I want to trade, I just don't even know, we are going back to 0. Not advanced, like, okay, hey, guys, this is going to be absolutely insane. I want to teach people how to be able to go from 0 to advanced. So make sure, if you guys are excited about that, August 25th, make sure that you guys are ready to rock and roll. Make sure that you guys are all set, okay? So right now, team, as we are waiting for some things, I do want to give away some free stuff to you guys as well. So we just went over August 25th. Put that down on your calculators. That's 0 to 100 stock trading, how to be able to do everything that you need. Also, little heads on up here, traders. I want to throw this out for every single person and just kind of plug a few different things right now for people. Is number one, if you guys aren't right now, there is, again, I was able to get, and this is pretty awesome, I'm going to kind of throw this out there, is there's a new trading journal that reached out to me and said, hey, Dek, we want every single one of your followers to sign up to this trading journal and just give us feedback. You know, they, right here, guys, there is a 14-day pass. If you guys type in the code 14-day, you will get a 14-day pass to this AI trading journal. Now, what's an AI trading journal? An AI trading journal is going to be, it's going to link to your broker, it's going to see all your trades, and then it's going to calculate, okay, where could you do better? Hey, you held the stock too long. You didn't hold the stock long enough. You over traded. You did this, you did that. So if you guys are over on my Instagram, right, or excuse me, my Twitter, I'll retweet this right now. And again, I'll quote this and say, again, day 14-day is the promo code. You will not be charged until the 14th day. Sign up, make sure you guys are all good, and if you don't like it, cancel it. This is not my company, this is not my business, but it's a free trading journal. Every single person can go sign up to it right here and right now, and you guys will be all good, ready to go. The promo code is 14-day. I'm going to drop the link for you guys over in chat as well so that you guys are all good. and you guys will be all ready to rock and roll. So again, pretty cool stuff. Having an AI trading journal, basically, you know, artificial intelligence telling you how to get better. I'm the only person in the world with that 14-day pass. So again, make sure you guys go do that if you guys have not yet. And if you guys are not 100% happy, cancel. Easy as that. So again, use it for the next 7-10 days, whatever you guys want, and you guys will be all set, ready to go. But I want to make sure that you guys at least are getting some free stuff. I'm trying to always give you guys out some free stuff for every single person. So again, 14-day pass right there so that you guys are all ready to rock and roll. Now, is there anything that's spiking at this moment? Let's get back to it here at this time here, traders. Let's make sure that we're all good. We do have ENTO. Anything right now? No. IMXI trying to slowly grind its way on up here. Again, IMXI, excuse me, that one got acquired at $16 per share. So again, just a little heads on up. ENTO right now, that's the top gainer. I don't see any sort of news. Again, what I like, it says top gainers with news or filing. IOBT was the top gainer with news or filing. IMXI, top gainer with the news or filing. So let's just see, what are the best press releases here today? Let's go back, excuse me. See all. Let's go right here. What are the best top gainers today with news? IOBT. IOBT did come out with improvement. IOBT did come out with survival demonstrated in phase 3 trials. IOBT came out with treatment. IOBT came out with significant. So IOBT, the number one top gainer at this time, did come out with, again, more of that positive press release. IOBT, this is the number one top gainer from news, from credibility right here. So IOBT, we definitely want to be able to watch that. We definitely want to be able to focus on that. Now, we also do have IMXI, which just got above this. Now, IMXI, does that have any sort of positive data? To be frank with you, IMXI right here just had, again, good earnings. So it's not anything crazy. It's not positive data. I will say IOBT's press release is much better. IOBT's press release is much better. IMXI does have, again, a good earnings report behind it. So nothing wrong with this in any sort of way. If you guys want to dive into it, you guys can go ahead and check that on out. But IMXI, good earnings support, 31 million in float. Let's see what else we have right here. ENTO, I don't see anything on ENTO. WLDS. WLDS, guys, we already saw that one at the time of 8 o'clock. WLDS right here secures a U.S. patent for groundbreaking neutral interface technology. Secures a patent for groundbreaking data right here. So the thing is, team, again, every single one of these top gainers have a reason for it, have credibility behind it, have a reason on why people are moving into it. Now, there's also plays that we don't see any reasoning right now, right? Which is what? Which is ENTO right now. ENTO, please correct me if I'm wrong, but again, I don't see any sort of reasoning on why that stock is getting that rip and run, why that play is getting that buying volume. But ENTO at this time is trying to get a little pop from 40 cents up to 60 cents. ENTO, actually, let me see right here. ENTO, I want to see if there is any sort of actual press release behind this play. ENTO, $3 million private placement. It did come out with $3 million private placement. There was a press release over on that play, $3 million private placement. So there's even credibility over there. So the thing is here, traders, we're just watching every single one of these plays. And the number one thing I think what's most important is just to be aware, right? To be aware. How annoying is it when you guys see a top gainer and you're saying to yourself, oh, I didn't know that was a top gainer. Oh, I didn't know that stock had news. Oh, I didn't know that stock was breaking on out. Oh, I didn't even know that was there. The thing is, you are aware. ENTO has, again, a $3 million private placement. IMXI at this moment got acquired at $16 per share. IOBT had positive phase 3 data. WLDS had, again, an FDA secures a patent for, again, groundbreaking, right? Like each one of these plays, okay, I understand why it's moving. Each one of these plays, okay, I understand the flow. Each one of these plays, okay, I see that it's getting some hype. So I definitely want to make sure that every single person is fully aware of like every single one of these moves. Now we got about 14 minutes here until that next possible spike, until that next possible rip and that next possible run. We just, of course, want to stay ready. All right. So again, every single morning, this is the time that I like to trade, guys. I like to try to trade in pre-market or at the start of the day, because guess what? This is where we have volatility. Now we are, again, taking, again, today, tomorrow, every single day with a little bit of a grain of salt. And what you mean, Dak, is like, what do you mean by a grain of salt? Is that it is August. We know August and September is going to be a little bit tough. So again, I always try to like go down a little bit, right? Instead of doing $10,000 a trade, maybe do $5,000 a trade. Just, again, be smart. Use your head. Don't throw yourself in a position that might put you in a scary area, because you want to make sure you're doing things right? Very important with every single trader right here. Whew. Guys, does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns? Make sure that you guys are all set. Now, today's also going to be a very fun day as well. Now, Dek, why is today going to be a fun day? Because for anyone who does not know, not only am I going to be trading today, but just because it is, August, we're going to have a little bit of a 5-day challenge today. And the 5-day challenge that I'm going to be doing over this next week is we are going to be trading a prop firm. Now, what does that mean? That means I'm going to be signing up to a prop firm, and I have 5 days to pass the test. How many people here? How many people, guys, have ever tried to trade a prop firm? They said, hey, Dek, I signed up. I tried it again. I paid $100 to get, the test, and I couldn't pass it. Well, I want to see if I can pass the test. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that. And that's what we're going to be doing today at the start of the day over on tradecaster.com. So if you guys are interested, we are going to be having a 5-day challenge over on a prop firm, seeing if we could pass the test and get ourselves, again, a funded account. So that's, again, 5-day challenge coming on up. Going to be absolutely awesome. Going to be absolutely great. Really fired up about that. We'll go into all the details in the near future here. But again, that's going to be great. Will I be trading my real account today? Absolutely. Will I be trading real money today? Absolutely. But I also want to do a little 5-day challenge here. I think it's going to be fun. I think especially in August right here, where we could say, can we pass the test? Can we make $12,000? Or excuse me, can we make $8,000 before we lose $12,000? That's all we got to do. For me to get a $100,000 account, I have to pay about $200. And then for me to get $100,000 funded, I have to make $8,000 before I lose $12,000. I got 5 days to accomplish it. Let's see if I can do it. It's going to be a fun 5-day challenge, guys. So right now here, traders, we're all caught up with everything that we need. ENTO, 60-cent stock, not my favorite. IMXI, $16. IOBT, not too much. TGNA, WLDS, AUUD, MLNK. What's going on with MLNK? This one seems a little bit, iffy, doesn't it? A little choppy play, barely any sort of volume. MLNK right here. 5 minutes ago, guys, it says to be acquired for $2 billion, MLNK. So MLNK, stock did just go from $16 to $20. Did say it's going to be getting acquired for $2 billion. So again, just type this on in. MLNK right here. Boom. News. And you guys can see it right here. MLNK today. News. 3-star word. What's the 3-star word? $2 billion. MLK to be acquired by Centerbridge Partners for $2.0 billion. Currently up 23% at this moment. Stock is, again, having, a good solid press release at this time. So, it's very low in volume. Very low in volume, but it's got a little something. MLNK. All right. Just kind of looking around right here, guys. Want to make sure, again, I'm not missing anything. All right, let's get ready for the 8:30 press release wave. Let's get ready for the 8:30 press release wave, everyone. I hope you guys are having a blast. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope you guys are already enjoying this day. I hope you guys are, again, saying to yourself, Dek, it's going to be an awesome time. So let's get ready to rock and roll. Let's see if anything's going on big over on, CNBC today, as we're waiting for the next, 8 minutes or so. What do we have? We have, again, Tesla. Here's what the U.S. automakers are saying about Trump's changing EV policy. Paramount, as we saw that over on Fox Runner. The UFC buys rights for $7 billion. NVIDIA and AMD to pay 15% of China chip sales to revenues to U.S. government FT plays. Trump warns homeless to leave Washington, D.C. immediately. Guys, I mean, it does not matter. I'm going to be frank with you. I know that there is 50% of people that absolutely love Trump. There are 50% of people that absolutely dislike Trump. I get it, because Trump is, again, very straightforward. Some people like it. Some people don't like it. Some people see him as a leader. Some people don't see him as leader. I do not care what side you're on. I do not care if you're left, if you're right. I do not care if you love, if you hate. I do not care if you're Democrat, if you're Republican. But this is a very Trump headline that just, again, kind of makes me giggle a little bit. And the reason why it makes me giggle a little bit is just because I could imagine him saying it. If you're homeless, leave Washington, D.C. like that is the most crazy, just like thing. If you're homeless, leave. All right. I like it. Just every now and then you do see one of these headlines, or he does say some things that does just kind of It could be mean, it could be straightforward, it could be a little bit out there and maybe again controversial and can't agree with it. But you know, there's always some funny ways that he puts things. Now, obviously, people being homeless is not funny. We want to help them and be able to get them, you know, the support they need and the help they need. But at the same time, to see again the president be like, if you're homeless in Washington, leave. All right, so pretty wild. Right now, we are again staying smart, seeing what we have. Let's get ready to rock and roll here. Woo! Curb, let's go, people. Hit that thumbs up so Dek can keep coming back on Mondays. That's what I want. I want everyone to hit that thumbs on up here, baby. Not 823 in the market. Let's go over to Fox Runner, see if there's any data over there that maybe we're missing. So guys, everyone click the news alerts tab. Click the news alerts over on your Fox Runner scanner. Let's scroll down and see if we're missing anything. ENTO, $3 million private placement. Nope, not missing that. WLDS, U.S. patent for groundbreaking neutral face technology. Again, we're aware of that. IOBT, again, came out with the phase 3 trials. We're all set, ready to go right there. Top gainers from earlier this morning. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, take a look at this, guys. This is pretty cool data. This is awesome. So again, remember, preparation is key. So many people do not realize this. If you prepare, you are preparing for success. You don't prepare, you are not going to be successful. Yeah, traders, if you treat stock trading like you treated, let's say, a homework assignment that you waited last minute to do, you are just not going to be successful. Guys, I remember back in college, whenever, again, I woke on up and I realized, oh, man, I have a big test today. I haven't studied at all. And I rushed through trying to, again, study as much as I can. I would always get like an F or a D or a C. I didn't do very well. But when I sat down and took some time and studied and figured things on out, I was a much better student. Now, again, please granted, I was not that great of a student to begin with, but I would just say whenever I took time to prepare, I was much better. So take a look at this right here. The S&P 500 2025 year-to-date best performing stocks. Don't look at this. How many people off the top of your head knows the top 10 best performers of 2025? What are the best stocks of 2025 if you don't look at that? Well, Dek, I don't know them. Why don't you know them? Shouldn't you know the best stocks of, again, 2025? Shouldn't you? Right? So guys, my screen is right here. I'm not even going to look at my screen. And it's just because I study and I understand and I know, again, what are the best companies in the market that I could probably read the top 18 off the top of my head, just because I'm going to be aware of what are the best. Imagine being a football team and not knowing who are the best players on the opposite team, who to cover, who, again, should you be watching out for. It's ridiculous. So again, wouldn't it be, I'm going to think it's going to be Palantir, GE, NEM, NRG, HWN, NWC. What else is there? IDXS, STX, DG, DLTR, DASH, eBay, I remember, ORCL, CVS. Now, if you're saying, Dek, how did you do that? Well, honestly, I was just looking at my other screen. But the thing is, guys, I still was aware of them, okay? So, again, these are the best plays so far in 2025. Now, this is also very interesting as well. Gold and Bitcoin are the top performing assets of 2025. Take a look at this, traders. Gold and Bitcoin. What are the best assets in 2025? Gold. Wow. 2025, 29% gain. Bitcoin, 25% gain. So traders, that's pretty crazy to see. Where is, again, a lot of the investments going right here? Pretty nuts. So again, some pretty cool stuff. Make sure you guys go check out this over here. The bond market is now fully priced in 2 rate cuts by year end and 3 more cuts in 2026. That would bring the FUD rate down towards, again, 3% lower inbound. So some data coming on up. Demand for data centers. The demand for data centers is insane. It's about to double over the next 3 years. That means more power, more servers, and more infrastructure. The impact is already clear. Many AI infrastructure stocks are crushing earnings and expectations. So guys, data centers, aka artificial intelligence. How are we powering data centers, guys? Well, the data center stocks have been doing great, right? We went over this last week a little bit, didn't we? Talking about, how energy stocks right now, guys, are huge. And for anyone who does not know this, energy stocks right now is one of the highest in demand plays, one of the highest in demand industries at this moment. We talk about AI and artificial intelligence, and guess what? Guess what, guys? We don't have enough power to actually run AI. Does anyone realize that? What's one of the top gainers out there? GEV. Didn't we just see that? Didn't we just see again GEV be the #2 top gainer in all of the S&P 500? GEV, why is that? Because that's a power play, right? Guys, GEV, we have all these AI stocks, but we need data centers to run them. So isn't that nuts, GEV? Guys, haven't we seen like nuclear plays as well? OKLO. Remember again, BWXT. So again, energy plays, data center stocks. These plays have been absolutely insane so far. So make sure you guys are aware of those. So, I mean, guys, this is what I'm talking about with preparing, getting ourselves ready for what's coming on up. Elon Musk, AI, what stocks are coming up next? What stocks to watch in the AI space at this time? Elon Musk talking about XAI, and again, the artificial intelligence right here. So chip stocks, data center stocks, power stocks, nuclear stocks, all things I just talked about 2 seconds ago. You know what I mean? What else do we have here? No data here this morning, guys. Economic breakdown, no data this morning. Here's all the earnings reports, fear and greed. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Guys, little heads on up. People always ask me, again, how do I get this stuff? And again, you guys do all get a free 30-day pass over on FoxRunner. So for anyone who does not know, you guys do get a free 30-day pass over on FoxRunner. Free 30-day pass. You guys can just head on over here to foxrunner.com, and you guys will be able to get the same exact scanner that I use every single day so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. So I sent you guys the free AI trading journal. You guys can sign up for a free 14 days. FoxRunner has a free 30 days so that you guys are all set, ready to go. And you guys will be all ready to get after it. I'll get also coming on up here in the future, Tradecaster, we have August 25th. We have our boot camp. And then also we do have today the 5-day prop firm challenge. I mean, guys, I'm trying to, again, max out everything we possibly can on everything we're doing this week in August during the slower time to not only, again, kind of surpass time, but to be able to use for your advantage. I mean, this is study time. So again, coming up in August here, we're going to have some fun challenges doing prop firms. And then also, again, we're going to be doing a full-on course teaching you everything I know about stock trading. So a lot of fun stuff. Guys, 8:30 press release wave coming on up in the next 5 seconds. Here we go, guys. Remember, how do we do this? 8:30 happens right now. Now, with that being stated, we're going to start seeing press releases come on out. All the press releases I have are 20 million in float and under. That means they're going to be lower float stocks. Now, if we have lower float stocks coming out with news, these are stocks that can go on big time spikes. So, for instance, FLD just came out with a Bitcoin press release. BitcoinGiftCards.com, expanding Bitcoin access to largest online gift card marketplace. FLD. First, again, press release has a little Bitcoin press release. We'll keep our eyes peeled on it. We do have an agreement from ADTX talking about for a crypto account announces share access over on ADTX. Let's just see if that has any volume. ADTX does have an agreement press release. What else do we have here? Announced up to a $50 million offering. We have a partnership over on AMZE right now. AMZE, little partnership. So AMZE, little bit of a spike. And we do have ADTX. 2 plays to watch right now. AMZE and ADTX. Those are the top 2 plays at this moment out of 8:30. ADTX, AMZE. So again, watch. Just watch to see if those get any sort of buying volume. Watch to see if those get any sort of hype. Watch to see if those get any sort of action towards them over the next few minutes here, okay? We know it's August. We know there's not going to be too much at this time. So right now, traders, it's August. We're not going to be seeing too much. We're not going to be seeing too much hype. We're just trying to stay smart, sit back, and go from there. All right here, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Seems like 8:30 is kind of coming on down to a little bit of the end of it. Not doing too much at this moment. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be having a fun little 5-day challenge coming on up. I hope you guys are fired on up, and I hope you guys are excited about that. Little heads on up, EQ getting a little bit of action. If you guys, again, want to come on over, enjoy the live stream for the rest of the day, make sure you guys do this over on Tradecaster.com, baby. So we are going to be live getting after it over on Tradecaster.com. StockTwits Nation, I just want to say thank you so much. Tradecaster Nation, thank you so much. And everyone, let's have an amazing day ahead. EQ at this time, getting a little bit of spiking at this moment. You guys can see EQ right here announces $50 million financing. No trades for myself. I'm about to go live over on Tradecaster. Just want to say thank you so much for everyone who has joined us. Come on over. Let's have some fun. Let's kick off this day. Happy Money Monday. Thank you, StockTwits. Thank you, Tradecaster. And I'll see you guys over in the chat room in the live stream. Guys, I'll see you later. Thank you so much.